Alright folks, welcome back. Kent Ketter with hot takes, blue-red spells, team Cardhoarder. Let's do this. Match opponent's name is Kitchen Finks. That's not a good omen. Card's pretty good against burn. So, let's see what we got here. 2 lands, couple Alchemist, Storm Chaser Mage. This looks great. We have a nice Axe Temper line if he is an aggressive deck, so I'm feeling like we've got a keeper here. So one thing kind of running through my head here, playing some of these games, I think it is important to note with your openers, I do believe you want to have an Alchemist or a Storm Chaser Mage in just about every one. Without that, it feels like you're really asking to try to, let's see, sorry, without a 2-drop early on, it feels like you're really hurting as far as finding ways to deal enough damage over the course of multiple games. Downside of that, obviously, is, you know, your Grasp of Darkness removal type decks are going to be in a pretty good position against you. But I wouldn't fret too much. I think we're going to be in good shape here. So I'm actually going to take the opportunity here to run this out. I'm just going to pick off this Liliana here. Nothing fancy. If my opponent... I think if my opponent follows up with a creature, we'll be in good shape. I feel like he's trying to move towards Delirium. It is important that while you are, you know, a aggressive strategy, really trying to punish people, keep in mind you have a lot of sequences where you can just get ahead and stay ahead. Or, excuse me, you have sequences where you are going to have to make some, you know, trades. Okay, so we're going to go Alchemist here. Fumarole tapped. Now, you note our opponent's on 3 lands, so unless he has another spot removal spell for Alchemist, I think we'll be in good shape from here. Great. So our opponent does get to search for any creature he wants from this position, but I think that's okay for us. On the untap, we have Incendiary Flow, him, ping, so that's 4 damage off just the flow. So the way I'm going to annotate, by the way, for the sake of, or just to explain how I'm thinking about this, I'm going to refer to the cards when an Alchemist in play is dealing +1 damage. So flow is normally 3, but here we're going to flow for 4 because we'll get the trigger in. And then Lightning Axe with Fiery Temper. If he plays a creature, we get to axe the creature. So that's +1. Axe is 5 and 1, so 1. And then Fiery Temper is 3 + 1, so 4. So we'll have 4 off the flow, 4 off the temper, and 1 off the axe. That's 4, 8, 9, and then obviously 10 from the Alchemist itself. Now, that is the entirety of our hand, but I'm feeling pretty good about it. So we've got an Ishkana coming down next turn. That's okay. Not terribly concerned about things our opponent is going to... Actually, so in this situation, I'm actually going to fire up this Fumarole. Is that what we want to do is the question. So I can take the 4... Yeah, we'll give him 1. So my thought here is I need to sneak in the damage where I can. So I'm just going to take the activation here. Simply put, just hope my opponent doesn't have it. And it looks like he's F6'd. So swap it, get our 4 in. Okay, this feels like it sets us up in a great position for a nice little combo finish off the rest of these. So 4, 8, 9. Yeah. Love to see a Tormenting Voice here. Just give us a little more velocity. We can discard this Highland Lake. Wow, it's like it was on cue. So one thing that is of note in the deck, your red sources are a priority. You have a lot of red spells that you want to cast. So we're going to discard this extra land. So just be cognizant of that. Every red source you have is going to give you a lot of a lot of play. So I could have discarded the Fiery Temper there, but I'm just going to Axe anyway. Now, my thought is if he has some discard... Yeah, we're gonna dump our hand here just in case our opponent is sporting some sort of discard effect of the like. From here, we'll just pass it back. This is a black, so this kind of confirms it's Blackgleam Delirium with the Ishkana and the like. This feels like a really good matchup for us. So we're gonna have 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. If he swings with, you know, nearly everything, it puts us in a great position. I would also like to see him, you know, maybe attack with everything, and then we have a Lightning Axe for his blocker to maybe sneak in another Fumarole hit. That feels pretty powerful. Worst case, we're 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. We're going to be giving him 6 damage here. Any burn spell off the top closes this one up. I can't recall, or right now I'm not thinking of any life gain effects in these colors that we're terribly concerned about. He could be main decking Pulse of Marasa, but a lot of folks haven't adopted that yet, so we're okay there. It's a good sign when your opponent starts to go in the tank, in my opinion. On Magic Online, with the clock equity, you're not too worried about, you know, oh, is he going to be able to kill me? Or sorry, is he going to, you know, time us out like you might in an event? But it does mean that he's starting to think a little bit. Now, his tank on the upkeep was interesting. Oh man, I hope I wasn't the one who was holding him there. Oh well. Oh, so this is perfect. This is, I don't want to say exactly what we were hoping for, but actually, we're going to ping him first. And now we're going to get him for 1. Discard this. So, this is a good indicator to just for those that don't get a chance to play Magic Online. I love the fact that I get to see all my triggers. Makes the game just a little bit easier to keep track of, and it really helps me leading into events because I am very, very aware of how all the stuff goes on the stack, and it makes sure I stay on top of things. So, get another untap trigger. And he goes to 6, 3, Axe Big Spider. So if he wants to present us, okay. He's gonna get a Nissa flip in. Interesting. So it looks like at this point he's in dig mode. Nissa's definitely a good hit for him. 3, 6, 7. So he'll be able to flip it this turn. Yeah. Draw an extra card. He might put the 4/4 in play. We're just looking for a way to close this out before we get to that point. Nope. Yeah, he's gonna go for the card draw. Sure. Yeah. The great part about being the burn deck is just so many of the cards that they present you are just, you know, irrelevant. So, yeah, smart move on his part. Definitely just want to attack with a single person, with a single spider. Okay. So I could suit this up, swing in, eat a spider, 4 mana for 1. If I draw a spell next turn, he's dead anyway. Yeah, let's... No. We're just going to play out the other Fumarole. No. It's got to be correct to... we're just going to fire it up. I know it's just trading for a spider, but I am not worried about any of that. We are going to attack him. I'm sure he'll block with 1 spider. We're gonna do we flip here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. Yeah. Just take our bad trades so we can get them in. I do not want to redirect. So our opponent's at 2 life. we're live to another Flow, Temper, Collective Defiance, Exquisite Firecraft. Seems like a good place to be. F6 on the other side here. So something to keep in mind with these burn decks, or just these high pressure decks, F6ing comes at the cost of your opponent is aware of the fact that you're not going to have any interaction, and he might take a sequence that allow him to gain some life or something of the like and pull further ahead. So he's interesting. So well, from here, not too worried about. I guess if he has the removal spell, we're not in good shape here. So we're just going to F2 through this turn. Let's take a look at the graveyard here. Yeah, no life gain, nothing that's going to kill our creature. So that puts us in a good position there. Most he can deal is 4, 8, 10, which puts us in a good position there. We can animate the Fumarole to eat up some damage. Sure. Yep. So I'm pretty sure he winnower, which will take this out. 1 second here, I want to check the chat box. Oops. Apologies. Yeah, okay. We're going to animate this. If he doesn't have an answer for the Alchemist here, he's dead to it on the untap. Flip this. Ah, okay, so we do have some Kalitas action coming in. We do have quite a few main deck answers to that, so even if he picks this up and puts it in play, we just ping him for 1. Looking good for the home team. 1 card in hand. Yeah, so that explains his Nissa flipping and pushing. That is a big one. Let's just draw the damage spell here. Oh, it feels good. Red. Okay, so we're going to deal 2 modes. Discard and 3 to target opponent. Select you. Oops. Alright, do that one more time. Target player and 3 damage to target opponent. Cast. I would like to discard. I would like to deal 3 to him. And that should lock up game 1. We're going to choose not to redirect as well. No damage. Okay, good start, good start, good start. So, I'm going to reach for the Revelers. I like the axes. I'm not sure about the impulses here. So we're going to cut 3, still giving us a little action against the... Yeah. So my thought here is I want the Bedlam Revelers to help me out a little bit in the long game. You know, draw 3 cards, get some more damage going. I also like having the Fevered Visions and the Storm Chaser Mages and the like, giving my Alchemist hopefully a chance to stick around a little bit longer. I want Firecrafts as removal for his Kalitas. Ooh. Actually, we're going to swap that Impulse out for one more Lightning Axe with that in mind. I don't feel like this is a protection. You know, this Dispel is really for specific applications like Collected Company and Jamoka's Command. So, leave it from here. Dies to spot removal. Nope, nope. Interesting. So, Jace would be one that would give us a pretty good payoff. And with the Ishkanaz running around, I can't guarantee that Storm Chaser is really going to get a lot of traction. So, yeah, let's try that as well. Yep, alright. Let's run this. We took out a little bit of damage for Jace's to hopefully give us a better sequence in the late game. I would imagine he pulls out the Ruinous Path, so we're not too worried about that. Alright, this is one of our less impressive hands. Yeah, we're going to keep this. So, I had mentioned how having access to a 2 in the deck is going to give you a huge uptick in your damage potential. But, Fevered Visions, powerful magic card. Yep. Opponent's helping us out a little bit, taking a little damage himself. We got the Collective Defiance for the first Kalitas. Ooh, this is looking like all upside. All Millhouse. So, you'll notice here the opponent's draw. Slow, 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 slow. That's what we want to see. Helps us out considerably when our opponent is just kind of, you know, wasting some time. We're probably going to get a good trigger off this Visions. Nascency and all these cantrips just put us in a good position. So, I'm going to run out the other Fumarole, pass back, and can't really imagine he's going to have a whole lot of a sequence on the next turn. So he's on 5 cards, so he goes 6, 5. If he pops, he stays at 5. Plays Nissa, stays at 5. All of these lead to a Fevered Visions trigger. Okay. This is going to be great. I'm real excited about this. So, just kind of showing the strength of the cards in our deck. Right now, our opponent's going to be able to go through a sequence where, you know, he's going to feel like he's doing some useful things. You know, he's going to pop a Vessel, go up. I don't think he can... He'll probably be dealing with 4 damage minimum off the Visions before he gets out from underneath it. We drew a second one. Oh my goodness. Are we going to get the trigger as well on the Fiery Tempered into turn? Bonus. Okay. F6 from here. Little hot caterpillar action. So if he wants the card, he's got to take the damage. Pretty sure that's how that works, unless this is, if this isn't in play. Okay. Yep, still takes it. Lovely. Blue, red, this. Put this in play, put this in play. Guess I could have, nope, should have put the Highland Lake into play there. My mistake. Lesson learned. Oh, God, this feels like such a fantastic matchup right now. So, heard the infamous Jeff Hoogland state, if your opponent starts on Swamp, this is just chalked up as an auto loss, and he's not feeling wrong right now. Put one. Oh, hold on. So if I play this out, okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm just counting the damage. So if I put this in play, then end of turn when I discard, I'll be able to cast the other one. So we're going to get 2 triggers off our Fevered Visions. Yep. Oh no. Oh, hand size. Darn. Oh, madness. This is the best. Just the most fun. And upstairs. So opponent's going to go to 10. Go to 6 on his turn. And then blow him up. Do your worst, sir. I don't know what it is, but you're going to do it. Ow. Okay. Yep. And Firecraft. That wraps this up. So, pretty cut and dry matchup. Our opponent was on a Black X mid-range deck. All the black mid-range decks feel like great matchups. The lifelinkers are fairly small in the format, dying to a lot of stuff we have. You can just coast right through them. Fevered Visions, they might have a Caustic Caterpillar, heads up sideboarding on our opponent's part, but not enough. Just not enough. This was an absolute delight. So this is feeling like the hottest take of them all currently. So this was Kent Ketter with Hot Takes. Got you a nice, quick, crisp victory there in match 1. I'll be back in match 2 here with a little more blue-red spells. Stay tuned.